Hi, I'm Peter Hull, and over the next 20 minutes you're going to see something amazing. This is my system, researched and developed by me over the past 12 months. I've been creating diverse bespoke sports betting systems for individuals and small groups of clients on and off for the past 10 years. As a result, I'm semi-retired, it's all I now do. Kahuna is an Hawaiian word. Translated, it means best in its field. That represents both what the system is, there's nothing that compares to it, and describes what it does. I.e., that is to place a bet during the course of a race on the best horse at that instant. The system is unique. It will take you no more than 10 minutes each day. All of the betting activity thereafter is handled automatically by a software program. You do not have to be present. My question for you is simple. Have you got 10 minutes a day to make some extra, totally tax-free cash? Because that is all the time it takes. In this brief pre-launch presentation, you're going to find out exactly how it works, and I'll share with you what this phenomenal opportunity presents for you. First though, please just watch the next video clip.
At the 7 furlong start, and they're away, they're racing. Rather slow to go as Bertusa and Stun Gun not well away from a high draw. Racing quickly early, Steel City Boy probably just leads into the turn. Quickly followed by Indian Affair, who's doing his best to overcome a wideish early position. Piccolo Express in the red jacket back on the inside of Indian Giver. And then Her Red Devil. Stun Gun is caught out deep in the yellow and black colours in the headgear. No cover at all. Roxy Hart slotting in behind runners. Back on the inside is Olney Lass just behind Piccolo Express. Further back, Distant Shadow amongst the last 2 or 3 at the moment, with Marley towards the inside of Distant Shadow as they race now towards the exit from the back straight. And it's Steel City Boy from Indian Affair. In third is Piccolo Express, Indian Giver 4. 5 is Olney Lass from Producer. And then on the outside, Her Red Devil, wider out Stun Gun. Back on the inside, the blue jacketed Marley from Distant Shadow, who's going to have to just work her way through a few openings here as they turn into the home straight. And now Indian Affair takes over under Owen Walsh from the long-time leader Steel City Boy. They're followed by Indian Giver. Olney Lass has a gap up the rail if good enough, followed by Bertusa, Piccolo Express and Distant Shadow. It's Indian Affair that leads the way, entering the final furlong, 2 lengths to Indian Giver. Bertusa's out wide, and then Olney Lass. Indian Affair coming back to them a bit. Indian Giver is thrusting down the near side. The 2 Indians fighting it out, a powwow, and Indian Affair may just have held on from Indian Giver. It was fairly tight in the end. Bertusa was behind them in third, then Olney Lass. Back in the field, Marley, and then Distant Shadow could never reel them in. Piccolo Express, Stun Gun, Roxy Hart.
The system has one clear strategy and one very clear objective, and that is, during the course of a race, while it is in play, is to pick a horse to back that will go on to win the race, or to pick a horse that will lose, in which case the bet would be to lay the horse, i.e. bet that it would not go on and win. I'll quickly use this graphical interpretation of what happens during a race just to explain how things move forward. The axis on the left, the vertical one, shows different horses, 6 in this case, together with different starting prices, 3 to 1 through to 8 to 1. The bottom axis line represents time, the start of the race through to the finishing post. And the key line in this graphical representation is what I call the threshold line. And that is the moment at which the software determines whether a bet will be placed or not when the race is in play. And the software knows this because it is working from the betting plans that you have downloaded in your 10-minute session in the morning, and dependent on which plan has been attached to which race will determine whether it's a back bet, a lay bet, or it leaves the race alone entirely. By the time we reach the end of the race, you'll see that the price of every horse bar one will have gone out to 1,000 to 1, and the winning horse will show a price of 1.01 or 100 to 1 on in old money. And that's the lowest price available on an exchange. Now I'll quickly move through the sequence for the early stages of the race until we reach a point at which the threshold line is breached by one of the horses. Up until this point, the horse prices have been moving around up and down dependent on the fortunes of each horse within the race, jockeying for position in the middle of the field or leading the field towards the threshold point. At this moment there is one horse that has progressed to the point that in running price has dipped below what I'm calling the threshold line for this particular race. And at that instant the betting software, dependent on the plan you've attached, will automatically place a bet on that horse at the best price available in that price area highlighted. Clearly at this point we have no idea for sure that the horse will go on and win the race, or that prices here of other horses may or may not fall to a level at which they become the favourite in the race. But at this moment in time that horse is the clear favourite, has our money, together with our expectation that if it is a back bet that horse will go on and win the race. So the race continues, draws to a close, and we can see that whilst at one stage the price on the black horse momentarily levelled out and there was a brief challenge by one of the other horses, that challenge fell away at the last instance, and just before the end of the race our horse drops further in price. The finishing line has been reached, the race is over, and thankfully for us the horse that we backed at this point has in fact gone on and won the race. Right, we'll quickly take in another race and then a brief overview of how the software works.
They're off. They race away then with a total of 10 flights to jump in this Luden Palazzoli Mares Novices Hurdle. The one who went to start early, Unify, mainly white jacket, is the leader from favourite She's the One. The red cap in second place as they come to the first then of these 10 flights. Best turned out winner Dynamite is over in third place, and then came the grey Bondi Mist, who's a length and a half further back, holding fourth. Storming Strumpet, light blue cap or white jacket, narrowly in fifth place. Hoop colours of Pensflow is alongside her, and Bella, a green, red and beige jacket, is just at the back marker of the 7 runners, so it's only going to be 6-7 lengths first to last as they move down on towards flights numbers 2 and 3 in the back straight. Unify with the black and white checks on the sleeves, just a slender leader at number 2. Widest on the course is She's the One. Pensflow last at the moment as they move down to the 4th from the finish. And it's She's the One, a dark blue and red jacket. From Dynamite, just about in second. Bella, only a length behind him in third. Storming Strumpet is widest on the course, but getting into it. The grey Bondi Mist is still there as well. Unify behind those as they come to the final one on the far side of the course. A mistake from the weakening Unify there, but up front, She's the One, tackled now by Storming Strumpet on the outside of Bondi Mist. Dynamite. It's a length behind those. There's about a neck behind this too. Bella in fifth position. Any one of this quintet could win, and they've pulled many lengths ahead of the other pair as they move into the straight. 2 to jump then. And it's She's the One on the left with a red cap. And the lead now of about a length. Storming Strumping on the right. Between the pair is Dynamite. Bella is 2 or 3 lengths behind those. And then Bondi Mist is now back in fifth place. She's the One. Not a great leap at the second last. And Storming Strumpet in the white and light blue on the right has every chance. They're 2 lengths ahead of Dynamite. Bella plugging on at 1 pace behind those. Final flight coming up. Red cap is She's the One. Didn't jump it too well, but landed by a length to Dynamite, who's furthest from us, who's throwing out a big challenge. Storming Strumpet is behind those. She's the One though, and Sam Tristan Davis win by over a length. It's very tight second. Storming Strumpet rejoining Dynamite on the line. Then Bella, Bondi Mist, Unify and Pensflow.
This is a screenshot of the software program we use to place bets for us. It's incredibly easy to set up and use, and when you join you download from us a sequence of betting plans. These are then attached to the relevant day's races within the automated software program. The whole process takes you no more than 10 minutes, and then you just get on with your day having set it to run. It can be done at any time prior to the start of the day's racing. A few minutes before, that morning, the night before. You can even set it up to run up to 48 hours or more in advance. Why do you need an automated program to place bets for you? Well, firstly, if you try and place a single confirmed bet on a horse race in play manually directly on the betting exchange website, the keystrokes are going to take you a minimum of 10 seconds. By the time your bet finally lands in the system, the price you sought will have gone. The majority of your bets will just not be matched. However, the automated trading software fires the bet in directly to the betting exchange mainframe computer and gets a confirmed match in milliseconds. To use an analogy, punters placing bets manually on the exchange website are riding a bicycle. You are in a Ferrari, and you do not even have to log in directly to the exchange website. You just need to load the automated software program. Secondly, there can easily be up to 20 or so bets on some days. That's over 200 a month, and you need to be around for every race live every day to even attempt to do this manually. Racing is 7 or 8 hours activity a day, 7 days a week, almost every week of the year. Would you have the time to allocate to do this efficiently, compared to 10 minutes in the morning just to load the software up and let it run? It's important that you don't miss bets, because inevitably when you do, you miss the ones that win and you bet on the ones that lose, and that soon leads to disenchantment and you just stopping completely. So the automated software is the only answer to do this effectively, easily, and reducing the amount of time that you need. Right, well, the 5:10 at Wolverhampton is just about to start, so I'll minimise the screen showing the automated software and we'll watch the race video as it unfolds.
They're off. Race away for the 32red.com handicap, a British Owners and Breeders incentive scheme race. Chased along, leaving the stalls, was Cheerio Sweetie after a moderate beginning. Slowly away was Anastasia. The first to show is Dark War in the white with the purple cap. In second place is Vajovis. Racing in third now, Cheerio Sweetie on the inside. Out wider is Red Tycoon, the black and red colours. All blue of Forest Maiden, the market leader. She is now racing in fifth place, and the back pair are Danseur Noble in the white and red, and on the inside the royal blue and red of Anastasia. They make their way towards the midpoint of the back straight here at Wolverhampton. They've got just over 4 furlongs to go. So it's Dark War in front by a half length. Vajovis racing in second, the stars on the sleeves. Cheerio Sweetie bustled along on the inside by Egan in third. Then comes Red Tycoon in fourth. Forest Maiden is next. More in no hurry. The back pair Anastasia and Danseur Noble at the tail of the field. On the home turn, just outside the 2.5, it's Dark War who leads by a half length here to Vajovis in second. Out wider is Red Tycoon. Behind those is Forest Maiden, who's still travelling well, but it's Dark War in front on the turn to Vajovis and then Forest Maiden. They head inside the final quarter mile. Dark War. Now here's Forest Maiden, produced by Ryan, towards the far side, and she's full of running. Forest Maiden has grabbed the lead and is now careering away to Dark War in second, and then Danseur Noble. But Forest Maiden, the further they go, the further she goes clear. 3 on the day for Ryan Moore and a double for Charlie.
Yes, there you've seen it. A £17 in the bank winner, and you needn't even have been there. All from 10 minutes work that you did setting it up in the morning. You can see at the end of the race the market shows suspended, and over £575,000 was staked on that race from start to finish. And I can tell you that £575,000 might sound a lot, but that is one of the lowest amounts that you'll see traded during the course of a race. On this betting exchange, there can be up to £50 million traded in a single day on horse racing from the start of the day's activity through to the close of the last race. A phenomenal amount of money, and that's brilliant news for liquidity, because that gives us every confidence that our bets will get matched when the automatic software tries to place them in running. You've seen an overview of the system, what it is, what it does, and how it does it. You've seen how the software works, and perhaps most importantly seen the race videos demonstrating just how effective it is. I've explained why you need the software to make the system work for you. A few final comments. Is this a get-rich-quick scheme? No. You won't win every race, but you will win more than you lose. No research is required. No prior knowledge of horse racing is needed. In fact, no prior knowledge of betting is needed. You don't need to involve or rely on anyone else to make this work, just your own patience and commitment. It doesn't matter what you do, what your background is, or where you live. Totally irrelevant who you are or what you do in your life. Be you self-employed, a shift worker, office-based, perhaps a business professional, retired, young, old, married, single. The system gives you total freedom. It's completely portable. As long as you have internet access, it can work for you while you get on with your life. Attach the plans and hit the start button. Incredibly simple to set up and plan. You can do this before you go to work, hit the gym, perhaps you're on holiday, off to the beach, sitting by the pool, daily round of golf, a day in the garden, visiting friends, shopping. Whatever your activities, this can be done. And consider this, it can be done wherever you are in the world. And at the end of the day, return home, check up and see how things have worked out. Heck, if you prefer, you can easily set up the software for races the night before. In fact, up to 48 hours ahead. The window's huge. Anything up to a minute before the first race of the day. How incredibly flexible is that? And do you know what the most outstandingly brilliant aspects of all this are? Firstly, how incredibly simple it is to operate, and secondly, it is that you will set it all up each day in 10 minutes, because that is all the time it takes. Could you do that? Just give a thought to how much freedom some extra tax-free cash could bring to you. The system will be launched nationally in a couple of months' time. The website is still under construction, marketing materials and some admin stuff not quite finalised yet. The trading platform software, although working extremely well already, is awaiting completion of a few enhancements before release. If you're watching this on a DVD, it will either be because I know you and have given you the DVD myself, or it has been passed to you by someone who received it from me. Alternatively, you may have received an email from me with a link to this presentation. This is a special invitation. There are only a limited number of these invitations or pre-launch discs around, and they've been made in response to requests for some early information. The number of clients subscribing to the system will be restricted. If you do wish to join now, before it is publicly launched, contact me now, right away, and I will fill in the gaps and endeavour to answer any questions you may have. In addition to an extra special deal, there will also be some superb extra benefits exclusively available, including some one-to-one coaching sessions to ensure a quick start for you. This personal invitation has a limited shelf life and will be withdrawn immediately prior to launch date. Is this for you? Have you got just 10 minutes? Because that's really all the time it takes. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this.
Trying to close in second. The gap, though, is a good 5 lengths. There's only 100 yards to go. It's Mighty Mambo from Crouching Harry. Mighty Mambo getting a bit tired. Crouching Harry trying to close, but Mighty Mambo holds on for Lordy Hill. A double for David Bass. Second place in the end was Crouching Harry.